How would you like to get a webinar platform for a one-time payment and then you can use it for life? Hi, my name is Tim Verdal and today I'm doing a review of WebinarHD, which is a new webinar platform launching today, which gives you the option to pay once and then use it for life. How cool is that? So let's dive into this review. What I'm going to do is, this is the sales page. We're not going to start with a sales page. We're going to start with my bonuses because those are a perfect addition to this webinar platform. Everyone who purchases this webinar platform through my link for this one-time payment will also get my bonuses, which will give you all the tools needed to run your first perfect webinar. So I'm going to show you my bonuses. I'm going to show you a few things from the sales page that I really like about the software, what the software is about. And then at last, I'm going to show you the back end and the upsells from this product. So let's dive into the bonuses first. My first custom bonus, which means that you only get these bonuses when you buy through the link below this video, is a webinar PowerPoint or keynote template. Creating webinars can be a hard job, and you will get my 50 pages webinar PowerPoint or keynote with complete instructions on how to set up a high converting webinar. These are just perfect when you want to create a webinar. It's a very hard job, take that from me, to create a webinar with all those slides. And in this presentation, you will be guided through every slide. You also get the design in this slide that you can use to run your first webinar. So that's the first thing that you're going to get. My second bonus is the perfect webinar instruction video, which shows you how to run a webinar that converts like crazy. It's a 2-hour training where you can learn exactly what to do and what not to do while running your webinar, so you can run a profitable webinar. Then my custom bonus 3 is a one-page webinar cheat sheet. It can be overwhelming again creating your first webinar, and with this one-page cheat sheet you will get at a glance what to focus on while creating your webinar. And then my bonus 4 is 9 design tips for a high converting webinar, because most people make big mistakes while creating their webinar, and I'll show you 9 tips that you can use to design the perfect slides. And then my last custom bonus is A to Z webinar guide, so you can learn exactly how to set up webinars that convert with this A to Z webinar guide. And again, no one else is promoting HD webinar with these bonuses. So make sure, if you want to buy this product, that you get it through my link. And of course, I would much appreciate that. Also, you're going to get extra bonuses. You can check them out just by going through the link below this video. But that is about my bonuses. Now, then what I like about this software, let's go to the sales page quickly. Let me show you 4 things that this software does, or this webinar platform does. Of course, we know that we can run webinars, but what this webinar platform stands out with is the dynamic layout. So as you can see here, let me zoom in a bit so you can see it better. I'm also going to show you in the back end is that you can run dynamic layouts, which means you can switch layouts while running your webinar. As you can see here, you see a mastermind, a side-by-side, an interview style, or a picture-in-picture. And you can change this on the fly when you're running a webinar. And the selling point of this product is that they say that you need to keep the attention high from the people that are watching your webinar, and you can do that by switching designs. The second thing is, what you can do with this software is you can run recorded presentation as if you're live during any webinar. So you can run a webinar, you can play a recording as if it is live. You can stream a recording live just by entering a YouTube video, and then people can see that and think that it is live while you're actually running just a video. So that takes away a lot of the stress. You can play intros and outros during your webinar just by using YouTube videos. And the cool thing about this software is that it allows you to stream directly to YouTube or Facebook. So when you run a webinar, you can say, okay, I'm going to do a YouTube webinar, or I'm going to do a Facebook webinar, which is pretty cool. So those are the strong points about this product. Now let's go to the back end of this software so that you can see how it looks like. Now let me zoom in because I got a very big screen. This is what the software looks like, and it's very clean, it's very simple, and I like that. I really like that because it it speaks for itself how it works. You have two options with the front end. This is the third thing for every webinar is an upsell. I'm going to talk about the upsells a bit later. But you just click on this button, this left button, and you can create your first webinar. Now, I already set up a webinar, so not bore you with typing all the stuff in here. I'll show it to you. Let me go there by going to my webinars at the top. So here you can see the upcoming webinars and you can see your past events. Now your upcoming webinars, you can edit them. So here you can see I already configured my first webinar. It's a basic configuration with your webinar name, your title, the date when it starts, a webinar description, and you can choose if you want to give a replay to this webinar once this webinar has ended. Now here you can add presenters. So as you can see, I already added two presenters. I added myself as a host or as a presenter. You can do both. You can just add people to this webinar. Then the next thing is your branding. So here you can upload your logo. I did this default logo. I uploaded this so it uses your own logo. You can change your color scheme. And what you can do here is you can use your custom videos on the registration page, the registration thank you page, and the waiting for broadcast page. You can upload your own videos to YouTube and use those URLs so that you can show that to your visitor. And you can do that for each webinar, a different custom video. Here you can add some tracking to the registration and the thank you and the waiting for broadcast page. And also you can decide when people register for your webinar, you can decide to do a custom thank you page, which is on your own website. Now the cool thing is you can also set up notifications and you can tell WebinarHD which one you want to allow or which you don't want to allow. So here you can switch them on or off. So once somebody has registered for the webinar, you can say I want to send an email. And here you can also type your own text, which will be put in the same email of the confirmation email. Your text will be added to that email. Here you can choose send 1 day before, send 1 hour before, send 50 minutes before, and you can also send 1 day after the session with a reply link for the attendees or the people that did not attend to the webinar. So WebinarHD all can tell you if people visited the webinar or not. Then you go to next. Here you can upload slides, which is also cool. So you can upload a PDF with all your slides that you can go through instead of sharing your screen. You can just upload your slides and then use that. And what you can configure here is the attendee can chat to each other, yes or no. So you can also disable that. Now the cool thing about WebinarHD, which I didn't mention before, is that with the upsell, you can also record the chat. So if you're running a live webinar where is a lot of activity in the chat, you can also use that same chat with a replay that when people watching the replay, they see the real chat from the first webinar that you run. And then you can run it as if it is live. It's pretty cool. But you can enable that here, that they can chat to each other, and then finish, update, and your webinar is updated. So here it is, and then you can go live. Now let me click on this live button, and this is how it will look like. Now there's not much in here because I didn't have my camera activated. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm running a recording right now with the same camera, so I don't want to get stuck into the configuration of my webcam. But you can switch your webcam on and off here at the top, so your webcam will appear, and it is without delay or almost no delay. So it means when you're doing a webinar, you don't have to wait 15 seconds before people type something in the chat here at the right side of the screen, because here people can type, say hello, and then it will be in the chat. So everyone can put their names, put their or the names is in the chat, but they can type every kind of stuff, questions, etc. here in the chat, and you will see that also in the chat from the people that are on your webinar. Also, you have a private chat in here. But yeah, you can simply start your webinar. So I could click on Start Webinar. It's started right now. My webinar started. I can put my video on, my microphone on, and I can share my screen. When I click this button, it will open a screen. I don't know if you see that. Yeah, you can see that. And now I can say share my screen, and then my full screen is shared, so I can show it to the people that are visitors of my webinar. Then you can do a PowerPoint or a keynote, whichever you share, you can show to them. But the cool thing is here, you can also go to presentation materials where you can add your own slides. So here you can upload a PDF, or you can just take JPEG files like this one here. And you can see right now this slide is being shared on the webinar. So you can also upload another slide. So you can say, okay, I'm going to take my second slides and then I'm going to share that. And you can also move between those slides, as you can see, which is pretty cool. But what I even like better is the video option. And that's what I just told you. You can enter a URL in here. So let's go to YouTube, for example, youtube.com. Let me get a video real quickly. Let me go one of my own videos in here. Let's take this one to my inboxer, and then let's just take the share link. And what you can do, which is pretty cool, is you can take this link, put it in here, and say play now. And what then will happen is it will play this video right in the webinar as if it is live. So,
hey guys, this is Tim Verdouw from timverdouw.com. Thank you for...
As you can see, it was playing my video. When I stop the video, it goes back to my website, to my slides. And here you got the other options, like I said before, where you can choose to change the layout. So here you can switch from one layout to the other. Right now, I don't have a camera on, so I cannot show you it. But otherwise, my webcam will be at the left bottom, right bottom. And when multiple people are joining, you can decide to put all the people in the view. It's pretty cool. So you can switch 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So it will be really dynamic. So you can really get the attention of the people that are visiting your webinar, to keep their attention to your webinar. And that's actually all there is. My webinar is still running right now. I can see all my attendees in here. I can see the admins in here and see if they have the mic on, the camera, etc. And that's it. That's how simple this software is, guys. I can end my webinar, and then it says replay is not active, so it's rendering in the background. But once it's active, you can also share the replay with other people. So as you can see, my event is gone. My past events are in here. And here you can also, I think it's in here, the webinar replay that you can see. Let me see. Yeah, so here's the webinar replay that you can show to everyone. Now, let me go back to the pricing of WebinarHD. Because the front end, when you buy WebinarHD, the front end starts for $47 one-time payment when you get this, or you can take the 97, which is the commercial. So you have a personal and a commercial license. Then the first upsell is $47 to $97, where you can reuse any live recording video. Like I said before, you can just say, I'm going to take this webinar, I'm going to use that as a recorded webinar. I'm going to put the chats that were in there, so it will be a true live experience. That's the first upsell. The second upsell is the training, a full 6 weeks training to create the perfect webinar. And you can follow their footsteps to earn 5 figures per webinar session. And then the third upgrade will be the agency, where you can sell webinar services to local businesses. And that's 97 to 197, depending if you take the 50 licenses or the 200 licenses. So that's only a few bucks for one license, which is not expensive. So you can resell it to others. And that is what WebinarHD is all about. That's what this product is all about. And that's what my review is all about. And again, make sure if you grab this software, and again, it's a crazy low price of $47 only during launch week. And after launch week, they will go to a recurring payment. You're going to get my bonus if you buy through my link, which are the perfect add-on to this software, where you can run the perfect webinar, use my slides, use the notes that are below these slides, watch the perfect instruction video. And that's how you can run your webinars. So let's switch back to my screen. All my screens are gone. Hold on a second. So yeah, where do you get this? Well, my windows are gone. I'm going to keep it like it is right now. You can grab it through the link below this video. Go to my website, timverdal.com. There is the WebinarHD review, where you can read my review, where you can see this video again. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the comments below. Also, please give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to my video channel if you want to receive future updates of other products that I'm going to review. And thank you so much for watching. Click the link below to check out WebinarHD yourself, and see you next time. Have an awesome day. Cheers.